So why do I, Justin Polk, advocate the Zeitgeist Movement and the Venus Project? Well, it's pretty simple in my estimation. I've been awake for a good 6 months, solidly. I've been semi-conscious my whole life, but never could put everything together, never really understood like I believe most people are. Everyone kind of, feels as they grow up in this world that something's fishy somewhere in different facets of our experiences. It just doesn't make sense, how 1 in 3 women can be molested, yet it keeps happening. How 1 in 4 boys can be molested, and it keeps happening like it's not us that's doing it. Like it's some 5th party or 8th party or outside force or alien force. It's not. It's us. It's our species. We're killing ourselves because we hate ourselves. You cannot hate anything unless you hate yourself. Just like conversely, you cannot love anything unless you love yourself. These are the facts of life. So when we see all of these tragedies transpire around us from children on to present day, it's not a coincidence. It's not by accident. There's a cause. And it's not a gun. It's not a knife. It's not poor training or malpractice or any tool that you think it may be. You have to go further in your thought process. It's not a political problem. It's not the Dems or the Republicans. You got to go further. That's a distraction. It's not religion. That's another distraction. These are all false organizations that were set in place to control you and me. So we don't unify, communicate effectively, and problem solve collaboratively. Divide and conquer at work. It's a very, very old strategy, and it's working. But the great thing about evolution, whether you believe in it or not, it's mandatory, or we die as a species. So you can either keep your head in the sand and play this game of Monopoly, this capitalistic monetary system which teaches profit over humanity. And it's okay, because it's the 1 person per second, the 1 human being that just died because of lack of access to food is not your son. It's not your brother. It's not you. Or so you think it isn't. But it is you. And it's me too. How are you so arrogant to think that that couldn't be you? When it's like taking responsibility for where you're born or who you're born to. Like you chose it. You didn't choose it. Just like you didn't choose your race or most of what you believe today. Your environment taught you everything you believe, and it's dumb luck who you were born to and what you look like. Dumb luck. So how can we be proud of any of these superficial characteristics? It's who are you really? Behind the car, behind the house, behind the income, 50 grand, 100 grand, 500 grand, 500 million, billionaire. Who are you really? At your crux, what are your values? Do you value yourself and those that look like you only? Or do you value your species, your humanity, your planet, which is our home? We're killing our home. We're not just killing ourselves, we're killing our home. Collectively. Blindly. Why? Because the 6 corporations who own mainstream media tell us to. So they can make more money, have more control and power over you and me. While we try and find some semblance of peace in this chaotic, distracted life we call our lives, it's a scam. And the Zeitgeist movement understands that. I advocate the Zeitgeist movement simply because I agree 100% with its agenda and understanding. I've never in my life, in my short 36 years of existing, have ever agreed 100% with any organization or thought process in this degree. Never. I tried religion, didn't work. Not 100% believable or in alliance with my understanding and intelligence. No religion, no organization, no corporation. Because at the end of the day, any group of people, any organization, any train of thought that tells you that you and me aren't the same is lying, whether you know it or not. And I understand that, finally. I'm awake, I'm conscious, and I want more. So now I live my life learning. I've realized I need to become the most intelligent human being I possibly can. The most conscious human being I possibly can. The most humane human being I possibly can. And I need to stretch that as far as I can do it. I love everybody. I was taught not to. But fuck them. They're wrong. I fought for my country. I'm a 9-year United States Marine Corps veteran who was brainwashed into thinking I was doing good. I now know I wasn't. I was misled because I was unaware. I was unconscious. I wasn't as intelligent as I am today. And I take responsibility. I take responsibility for my world, finally. And now I'm recreating the world I want by recreating myself. It's the only way anything changes. Change does not happen outside of us. It happens within us. Then we project it to this world. So if you don't like the world you're living in, you have to change. Period. I advocate the Venus Project because it is the answer. Why wouldn't we want to live in a world that is based off of intelligence, science and technology, humanity, and our planetary resources? I don't understand how that doesn't make sense to every single human being alive. Take away any names, take away anything other than just the principle understanding. You would rather live in a world that's motivated by money, which is fake, profit, which is bullshit, and power and control over the masses by a few 70 million people. When 50% of our population, world population, lives on less than $3 a day. Doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right that one human being dies every day, every second, just because he has lack of access to food. Doesn't make sense. You can go down the board, detail by detail, and you will conclude the same thing when you look and take the time to do this research. There's a better way, and I finally understand. I deserve a better life. You do too. We all do. And we're going to change it. Just a matter of time. It's not if, it's a matter of time. When? That depends strongly upon your ability to wake up. So in a nutshell, these are my reasons for sponsoring, living, and believing in the Zeitgeist movement and the Venus Project. Peter Joseph, you are one of the most brilliant human beings I've ever listened to, and I look forward to meeting you one day. Jock Fresco, get well. I know you had a spill, an issue with your hip. Get well. You are an amazing, brilliant, and inspiring human being, and I use both of you as a gauge to my own personal ability and human potential. So I thank you both. I thank every single one of the activists associated with these movements. We are going to create the world we want. I love you all. Learn, gain consciousness, be human, love, and live in peace. Make it happen.